What's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Chapter 10, Across the Thames. Last time, we were trapped initially by who is revealed to be Dimitri. It's not an alternate Layton. We don't know where alternate Layton is. But there's Dimitri, and Don Paolo is temporarily on our side, because they introduced this whole backstory where they used to work together, but Layton took his girlfriend, and yeah. Anyways, let's leave Chinatown. This way? That is going towards Chinatown. I don't want to waste too much time getting back to the hotel, so let's take the railway. Sounds good to me. Fine, then this is where we part ways. I got other things to take care of. You sure you're not running off somewhere to formulate an evil plan of some sort? Now, why would you ever accuse me of that? Truly, I'm wounded. I'm just gonna work on the pet project of mine that I've been meaning to finish. To kill you! It's a gun! Very well, Paul. Meet up with us later, and when we're done, you can find us. Can it, Layton? I'm no fool. I know where to find you. And now he's gone. Are you sure it's safe to let him wander on his own like that? I understand your concern, Luke. But I think we can trust him this time. If you say so, Professor. He must have cared an awful lot for Claire if losing her to you turned him into Don Paolo. He certainly was infatuated. But enough about that subject for now. We have work to do. Let's get moving, Luke. I still don't know where we're going, especially now that we know future Layton is a fake. Well, in light of these new developments, our first priority is to liberate the Prime Minister. Malaysia! Dimitri fled the towering pagoda with Mr. Hawk, so he clearly has another hideout in the area. And we're going to find his other base. Got it. Oh, but first we need to go to the hotel. That's right, we need to go pick up Flora. Hopefully she and Big Luke made it back to the hotel safely. Meet up with Flora at the hotel. There's no way this is... Oh, well, right next to a subway station. We can get back to Flatstone Street in a jiff if we take the Underground Railway. For a second, I thought we were gonna get like, hey, wait, we can't take the subway. It's too public. We'll get murdered. Hey, what are you doing here? Blast! Which one is it now? You look quite deep in thought there, Inspector. Have you found any new information on your case? Ah, Layton, just the man I was looking for. You see, I have uncovered a clue that has simply stumped me. Take a look for yourself. Number 105, the fingerprint. Only 15 picarettes. A fingerprint was recently discovered at the scene of an unsolved crime. In the future? You're solving a future crime? Come on, tell me. 4 prime suspects have been rounded up and brought into the station. Compare the fingers of suspects A, B, C, D to the fingerprint shown beneath the magnifying glass and identify the guilty culprit. Okay. So, because this is probably a trick, I bet it's A. You know what? It is A. If you look at A, it's just mirrored. It's A. You think it's B, but it's
that should
gotta
do
be
the
A.
trick.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me such an easy
Few
puzzle
things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
to add to my belt. At first glance, B looks like a possible match, but the print left at the scene is a mirror image of the criminal's finger. That's it. Now I just need to track down the fiend who committed this crime. Inspector, aren't you supposed to be searching for the Prime Minister right now? Listen, lad, a man of the law can't ignore one case simply because he's busy with another. It's the duty of every officer to assist and defend the citizens of our fair city. That's how I work, even in a place as lawless and overrun with criminal activity as this one. Yes, even in this den of depravity, I will ensure that the spirit of Scotland Yard burns bright. I'm sure the citizens of this London are very grateful for your efforts, Inspector. Yeah, and maybe along the way you'll find some clues to help track down the Prime Minister. Okay. So let me get this straight. Dimitri's building a time machine to go back to the past and save Claire. Correct. Or at least that's what he said. Funny, we ran through every floor of the pagoda, and I didn't see anything resembling a time machine. Excellent observation, my boy. Dimitri clearly had a destination in mind when he ran from the towering pagoda. I think he was heading to another base of his, the facility where he performs his time travel research, which, if we've been paying attention, we've been finding a lot of scientists coming out sopping wet. They're in that lighthouse thing in the water, so it's gotta be. I'd be flabbergasted if that wasn't where he was. Is that what you were out looking for while we scaled the tower with Don Paolo? Yes, in part anyway. I'll lay everything out for you once we check in with Flora. Until then, I challenge you to think about the situation on your own. Oh man! I don't know why it sounds like Johnny Bravo. Why the long face? Boss Joe just gave me an earful for loafing. He said a monkey could do a better job than me. Some leader, right? He really knows how to boost morale, doesn't he? Wait a sec. Why am I spilling family secrets to you? I don't know. Ooh, think you're pretty smart getting me to open up like that. Let's see how smart you are after my puzzle stubs you, short pants. Don't you say anything about his short pants. You have no right. 31 false memory? 3 people played memory with 20 total cards of 10 pairs. 20 total cards of 10 pairs. Got it. Person A said I matched 10 pairs in a row from the start. Person B said I matched 9 pairs in a row from the start. Person C said I matched 8 pairs in a row from the start. One person is a liar. Which one? It's gonna be A. Because if A is true, B and C are correct. If B is true, C is correct. But if C, then C has to be true. So it's gotta be A. If that made sense.
How about this?
That did make sense. I'm wrong. Why am I wrong?
Let me think this through again.
I'm a little embarrassed. 10 pairs in a row from the start. 9 from the start. 8 from the start. Huh? I have no idea.
Here's my answer.
Can I lose?
Back to the drawing board.
Could I lose any more Picarats? Could I be any more useless? Yes, I can lose more. So it's B. Why is it B?
This one's as good as solved. I knew it!
B is lying. If you got the first 9 pairs in a row, you would automatically get the last pair. Oh! Wow, I didn't think like that at all. I probably should have spent a second to think about it a little more. That dopey expression of yours really threw me off, kid. But you're smarter than you look. Do you like sweets? You bet I do. Neat, me too. So then, do you have any sweets for me? Wait a second, that's not how this is supposed to go. That was our conversation? What? Oh, he's helping me find hint coins. Da-da-da. Hey there, Becky. On your way out? Sure am. That older gentleman staying with us asked me to run an errand for him. You mean Dean Del Mona? Yeah, that's the one. What do you think a man with so little hair needs a tub of pomade for? Yeah. To style that little tuft? Weird, right? Still, you can't blame a guy for trying to stay stylish in his old age. That is quite curious. He just never struck me as the pomade type. And while we're on the subject of shopping trips, I actually have an issue I'd like your help with. 131, a pricey pen. Ah, one of these types, eh? Let's see. I bought this beautiful one-of-a-kind fountain pen from a luxury boutique for 10% off of the original price of only $3,000. When I showed it to my friend, she took one look and just had to have it. She offered to pay me 10%, more than what I'd paid. I love the pen, but I couldn't say no. Overall, how much did I gain or lose by selling the pen to my friend? Okay, so if you only paid 10%, then that means you got $300 off of $3,000, which would make it $2,700. And then from $2,700, you do 10% more, which is $270. So $2,700 plus $270 is $2,970. Be sure to put a plus minus sign. Do you... Hold on. I mean, do you... How much did I gain or lose? Well, okay. It's a net calculation. So, because you spent the money, you'd be recouping your losses. So the profit you get would be the 10%, which is $270, based off of the $2,700 value you paid. $270.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Whatever.
Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
She'll make a profit of $270. The pen was originally bought for 10% off of $3,000, which is $2,700, and sold for 10% more than $2,700, which is $2,970. This makes for a profit of $2,970 minus $2,700, which is $270. I knew you'd figure it out, Professor. I had a question for Mr. Del Momo, but he disappeared when I wasn't looking. Oh, well. And please don't tell him I was wondering what the deal was with this pomade, okay? I'll even give you a little something for keeping the matter hush-hush. Keep it in your pants, Becky! Layton is a gentleman. Now it all makes sense. Don Paolo was posing as Dean Del Mona. The pomade was for Don Paolo. Precisely. Of course, he did away with that disguise once I persuaded him to assist us. You can't imagine how shocked I was to see Don Paolo step out of that Layton disguise. That's life for you, Luke. You never know what surprises may await you around the corner. Let's be off. Truer words have never been said. You can never really expect what's about to happen. Professor Luke, welcome back. I'm so glad you're both safe. The same to you, dear. Hopefully getting out of the pagoda wasn't too difficult for you. Not at all. Big Luke was kind enough to lead the way. Speaking of Big Luke, where is he? Oh, well, when we got back here, a mustache man was waiting down in the lobby. A man with a mustache? Was he dressed in black? Yes, that's right. He had a black uniform. That sounds like Shipley to me. Whoever he was, he walked right up to Luke and started talking fast and furious. Too fast. Too furious. At some point during the conversation, Luke got a troubled look on his face and said, Flora, some very important business has come up and I need to go take care of it immediately. Please tell the professor to carry on with his investigation without me for now. Very dramatic transition. Did he tell you where he was going? No, but he did promise to meet back up with us later. Big Luke is even more perceptive than I thought. He knows exactly what our next move is. Professor, is something the matter? I'm just thinking back to what happened earlier. Do you remember who first told us that we had traveled into the future? That'd be Big Luke, I believe. Yes, that's right. You have a visitor, Professor. Who is it? Pardon the sudden intrusion, Layton. Inspector Chelney. What can I do for you? I've been thinking about something I saw while running about town. I don't know how to say this. I'm afraid it may sound a bit ridiculous. What's ridiculous? Seeing a future Luke? Well, it's just, I could be mistaken, but I'm quite sure of what I saw. You remember our discussion about the explosion at the Institute of Polydimensional Research? Well, a few minutes ago, I spotted a woman on the street who looked just like one of the blast victims. You're talking about Claire, aren't you? Then you know why I'm so... Yes, Inspector, you're not alone. We've also seen the woman you spoke of. We saw her first. The resemblance she bears to Claire's striking, but it's coincidental. It has to be. Yes, I suppose you're probably right. Forgive me, I wasn't thinking clearly. Well, there's bound to be a logical explanation for this. If the similarity isn't coincidental, perhaps you can check if this woman is some relative of Claire's. Oh my god, what if she's the daughter? What if she's Claire's daughter? Not only that, what if Layton is the father? That's mind-blowing sound. I'll take another look into her file and see if I can find out more about her family. And by the by, you haven't seen Barton around here anywhere, have you? Nope, can't say I have, sir. I swear if he didn't have me looking out for him, he'd have been sacked from the force ages ago. Of course, I'm rather fond of the fellow, and I intend to look out for him until I retire, but still. At any rate, if you see Barton, tell him his commanding officer is searching for him. Good day. I said good day. So where's our adventure going to take us next, Professor? Flora, this isn't an adventure. It's an investigation. Can't you try to make it more seriously? Take it more seriously. It's an investigation. Investigature? Ah, that doesn't work. I'm taking it very seriously, Luke. I was just excited, that's all. Not all of us get to go on these kinds of investigations all the time. Plus, you get to be with the professor day in and day out. Yeah, I guess the professor and I are always together. Well, I, for one, am happy to hear your enthusiasm, Flora. The three of us will get together at the bottom of this case together. Let's head out. Gather information. Heading back out so soon? Yes, we are. By the way, Becky, I've been wondering if there's somewhere nearby for us to cross the Thames. There's the bridge, but it's quite a long way out beyond Chinatown. Excuse me, sir, I was just rudely eavesdropping. Did I hear you say that you're trying to cross the Thames? Oh, grandmother, I didn't realize you were alive. I tried to resist laughing at my own joke, but God. There used to be an underground tunnel that would take you across. It went clear under the Thames, and people would just walk on through to the other side. I got friends on the other side. I got voodoo, I got hoodoo. A tunnel under the river sounds amazing. Unfortunately, once the family gained control, they closed down the tunnel. Seagal might still know a way in, though. Steven Seagal. Oh, do you know him, sir? He's easy to spot with his unibrow, blue hat, and scheming smile. We have quite a history, though he now spends most of his time down at the black market. Ah, yes, I do believe we've met this friend of yours before. You remember him, don't you, Luke? Luke? Where'd he go? He was here just a moment ago. Are you two looking for Luke? He walked out of here a second ago. By himself? But where could he have possibly be headed? Please excuse me, madam, but I have to go find my friend. Thank you for the information on Seagal. Not at all, sir. We at Hotel Duke are always delighted to assist our guests. I'm worried, Professor. Where could Luke have run off to? I don't know, but I share your concern. It's unlike Luke to take off without so much as a word. Maybe he decided to go on a secret mission of his own, like you when you went to the Towering Pagoda. Well, regardless of his reasons, he shouldn't be out there alone. We need to search for him. Ah, she'll know where he is. Oh, yoo-hoo! Friend of Fluke, Mr. Gentleman, have you seen my dear sweet Fluky Poop? Hello, Belle. Going to make Belle my wife? So you haven't seen the boy either? Taco Bell. Luke ran off on his own earlier, and I haven't seen him since. What? My Prince Charming has disappeared. Oh, my poor Fluke. I hope nothing's happened to him. No need to worry yet, but if you see him, please let me know we've been looking for him. No need to worry! My hunky chunk of a man is still missing. That sounds nasty. I'll tear this town apart to find him. Don't worry, Fluky, my dear, I'll save you! Oh my. I never would have guessed Belle could run that fast. That's very rude to say. Layton, very rude. And with it being 21 minutes, let's go ahead and end this video here. So stay tuned tomorrow for the next episode, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!